Welcome back everyone to the Hello World guys. This is episode number 11 if I'm not wrong of the bonus series, in which we are having some extra stuff, and in this video we are going to finish our enemy animation. But first of all, I'm going to go under my enemy spawner, and in here we have got this look at rotation function. I'm going to cut this off for now. The reason I'm doing that is because I don't want the enemy to start facing the player, so that he does not wake up immediately, so that we can actually see how it looks. He looks like in idle state. So yeah, basically that. Okay, you can see that the enemy is spawned at that corner. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to just move myself to here. Okay, there's the enemy, and you can see he's only playing the idle animation right now, even though he's kind of functional really, but he is just playing the idle animation and nothing else. But yeah, so now we need to make sure that the enemy plays the correct animation. I'm going to go under my mesh, and I'm going to open up the enemy where is it, animation blueprint. I'm going to open that blueprint up. Now once we do that, we are in our state machine of enemy, and we have got idle here. Now we have got idle, but we also want I also want to add a a state for moving actually. So we are going to add in a running state, running. Okay, and this is going to be also we are going to allow it to transition back. So yeah, we can go under running, and we can come back from running as well. Now this we have got currently. You can see if I select these, you can see that actually you don't need to add the back one really. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, and just then we're gonna go delete this one. You can just select this transition by clicking this, and you can make it bidirectional. And now what we want to do is we want to make it so that when we actually this actually works correctly, and does not just we don't want it to basically just be never actually activated. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to open this up. Now in here we have got a result called can into transition. If I currently don't play, it plays this animation, and if I turn this on, then it plays that it should play the running animation, but it's not because we have not set it up yet. Go under the running state, go under here, and say running, play enemy run. Alright, so once we do that, let me just compile, and yeah, that looks a lot better. You can see that the enemy is running right now, but it's still going it still is kind of causing a little bit of problem. But you can basically turn this off and compile again, and it should stop now. And you can see that's basically how it works. Now, but what we want to do is we want to basically check that this can enter is basically based on the speed of the enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and say we are going to actually go under here in my blueprint, and I'm going to create a variable called speed. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it is a float. Alright. Now once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and check get this speed, and I'm going to check if it is greater than let's say greater than, let's say 0.2, 0.1. If it's greater than 1, if the speed that we have is greater than 1, then we are going to enter the transition. Right, so by the way, one thing we want to make sure is that I actually turned this bidirectional on, but this actually is not right, because bidirectional transitions are not supported in Unreal Engine yet. The option is just there for nothing. You need to take this and add a transition back, and for this transition you can basically go under here, copy this, actually not really, let me go in here, and we are going to check if it is less than float. If it's less than 0.1, less than 0.1, 0.1, come on, 0.1, our speed is less than 0.1. If the speed is less than 0.1, then we are going to go back. Now let me hit compile this, and you can see it's playing this animation. Now you can see we have got edit preview option here, and in here if I change the speed and make it a little higher, then you can see that the enemy plays the running animation, and that is pretty awesome. You can see that the enemy is playing the running animation, and if I reduce this, then it stops playing the running animation, which looks pretty cool. And if I'm going to set this back to 0, and in here now we need to make it so that this speed is set to the actual speed of the enemy. So I'm going to go under my event graph here, in the general event graph, and we have got a blueprint update animation. Now in here you can see we have got basically two things that are currently disabled. We are going to enable them. One is try get pawn owner, which is basically going to give us the enemy that this animation is playing on, and this is like the tick function which will play for the enemy. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to basically take the pawn owner, and I'm going to say get velocity. Alright, get velocity. Then we are going to actually alright, so basically go ahead and say vector length, and you will get basically the length of the vector, and you need to essentially set your speed to this variable. So let me go ahead and see this. I'm going to set my speed, hit compile, and you can see it's currently 0. And if I go ahead and hit play now, let me just go ahead and hit play. What you should see is that once the enemy spawns, and you can see there's the enemy, and he's currently in the idle animation like he was supposed to be. But if I actually go in front of him, then he immediately comes into the correct animation, which is pretty awesome. And once he stops, he starts playing the normal animation. Obviously we do not want it to actually play this animation, but now we are going to implement the actual attacking animation. But we'll get that animation done in the next video. I'm going to end this video here. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Share this video with other people who want to learn Unreal Engine, and bye.